Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. So if you've been keeping up with my videos and what games I've been playing of late, you know that a couple weeks ago I finally played Gears of War for the very first time through the Ultimate Edition on PC through the Microsoft Windows 10 store. And while I liked Gears of War, I enjoyed it, I also found it somewhat disappointing in some areas, and I was a bit disappointed that it wasn't this epic masterpiece that so many people claimed Gears of War to be. I was really looking forward to Gears of War, and I was a bit disappointed that it didn't tick all the boxes for me. But Gears of War Ultimate Edition did get me excited for Gears of War 4, because it's the sequel. It's technically the 5th game in the franchise, if I'm not mistaken. So this series has gone through many iterations and refinements and improvements and changes, and Gears of War 4 is looking to kind of reinvigorate, reboot the franchise in such a way similar to Star Wars The Force Awakens, which this game has been surprisingly been compared to quite a bit. Gears of War 4 was also being developed by a brand new developer, the Coalition, and this is technically their very first game. So needless to say, with all that background information, I was very interested, and after having played the first Gears of War, I was very interested to see how Gears of War 4 would turn out and how this game would perform on the PC, on the Windows 10 store, and as its own unique experience in general. And I have to say, Gears of War 4 has blown me out of the fucking water. It is a fantastic, amazing, incredible video game. It's got a solid single-player story campaign which can be played in co-op. It's got a full-fledged, well-developed multiplayer PvP component, several game modes, really well-designed multiplayer maps, and bots. There's bots! You can play offline with bots! And to top it all off, there is a simply excellent survival co-op horde mode. Yes, just yes. All the yeses ever. Gears of War 4 just does everything I like to see in a video game. Everything I want to see and everything I expect from a AAA video game. Quality and content, and Gears of War 4 is seaming with quality and content and quality content. First off, the single-player campaign. The single-player campaign is fantastic. I honestly believe that Gears of War 4 does a better job introducing you to the world of Gears of War than the very first Gears of War. In the very first Gears of War, I was very lost as to what was going on, who characters were, and I just wasn't immersed or interested in the world or the storytelling. Gears of War 4 completely flips that on its head. Its opening introduction level is perfect, and got me immersed and interested in the world and characters. And besides that, the single-player campaign also has a great variety of enemies to fight, unique combat encounters to engage in, a variety of environments that I find way more interesting, way more engaging than Gears 1. That was one of the things that disappointed me the most about Gears of War 1. I found the environments very uninteresting. Here, the environments in Gears of War single-player campaign are so well detailed, so well constructed, and the visuals manipulated and rendered so well that the environments just look gorgeous. They look beautiful, bursting with color and intricate details in the textures and the lighting. That's something I gotta praise right off the bat. The weather effects, the special effects for wind and lightning, and the physics, the overall environmental physics in general are just so damn impressive. There are environmental set pieces in this game that are downright jaw-dropping. Gorgeous, just gorgeous and expertly designed. I would highly recommend playing this game, buying this game, picking up this game just to experience the simply awe-inspiring work done with the Unreal 4 graphics engine. Beautiful, just a beautiful looking game. Rewinding back a bit to Gears of War 4's story, I enjoyed, was more invested in, and cared about more the story and characters of Gears of War 4 than I ever did the first Gears of War. And while I do wish, and Gears of War 1 suffered from the same problem, I wish there was more backstory for some of the characters, especially our main trio, JD, Kate, and Del. While I wish there was more backstory on how they got together, how they became friends, a little something like that, the character interactions, however, throughout the campaign somewhat make up for that. These characters are likable, relatable, interesting, and most importantly, entertaining. I was especially entertained by the return of longtime series protagonist Marcus Phoenix, who is now in his old age in this game, has gone through a ton of shit, and has a very unique character arc in this game and interactions with the new cast. The story even throws in a few unique plot twists here and there. And while I will say that the overall story of Gears of War 4 is nothing truly spectacular, as in other single-player games, it does, however, perform its job adequately, which is leading the player from one combat scenario to to the next. And I have to say, the gameplay in Gears of War 4, I adore the gameplay. It is so much fun, and such an enormous improvement from the first Gears of War. While I did enjoy the kind of clunky and chunky and heavy nature of the first Gears of War, gave it a unique feel, I personally am one that just prefers smooth and responsive gameplay over clunky and weighty gameplay. Although I do enjoy clunky and weighty gameplay from time to time depending on the game, I'm more of a smooth and fluid kind of guy. I like my speed and my instant input reaction. And Gears of War 4 just feels good. It just feels good. The cover system, moving in and out of cover, sticking to cover, running, shooting, melee, all of it just feels satisfying. Shooting and melee especially. All the guns have real impact and kick to them. Each weapon really having their own unique flavor and power. While you have your standard shotguns and sniper rifles, SMGs and stuff like that, you also have the return of more unique weapons like the Lancer Assault Rifle with its chainsaw bayonet, the Torque Bow with its explosive shots, and my favorite returning weapon, the Boltok pistol. A heavy revolver with some real firepower to it. But what I really enjoyed the most in Gears of War 4 is some of its brand new weaponry, like the Buzzkill, shooting out saw blades that chop enemies into pieces, the Overkill, a quad-barreled automatic shotgun, not gonna lie, I love the Overkill, and the Drop Shot, a grenade launcher with a twist to it. But just overall, the whole arsenal of weapons you get to play with are so much fun and have some brutal effects. The blood and gore in this game is so good. I especially love all the different execution animations. I'm a sucker for animations in video games. I'm a sucker for being able to kill things in a variety of ways in video games, so this just pleases me on so many levels. So we got beautiful visuals, a decent story, solid bloody gameplay. That enough is already a quality product, a great example of video gaming, but on top of that, we have a simply excellent PvP and co-op survival horde mode built on the side. And the multiplayer can be played with bots. Yes. Yes, so good. So very good. And the brilliant gameplay of Gears of War 4 translates to both its multiplayer and its horde mode, all of which is showcased in the AI, in the enemy AI. Enemies in Gears are intelligent and at times incredibly vicious, consistently taking cover, flanking you, or just straight up rushing you. Enemies in this game really keep you on your toes, and not just because of the AI intelligence, but because of the variety of enemies that you fight. You have two different enemy factions in the game, the DBs and the Swarm, robots and mutant aliens, both of which provide unique combat situations, extremely fun and intense combat encounters, and just some really cool enemy designs. I especially love the enemy designs of the Swarm and their unique unit types like Pouncers, Snatchers, Carriers. I love the freakish design of these creatures, and they are so much fun to fight and kill. I honestly cannot recommend this game enough. If you have an Xbox One or a powerful enough PC, I cannot recommend getting Gears of War 4 enough. This is the biggest surprise game of the year for me. I did not expect to love this game as much as I do, and it's definitely, I can guarantee you this right now, it's going to be in my top 10 games of 2016. I friggin' love this game. Love the gameplay, love the visuals, love the content, all the different game modes and features. Gears of War 4 is simply awesome. And that will be a video. If you did indeed enjoy the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button. And the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved with the video. If you hit the like button, please leave a comment. What are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on this video and Gears of War 4? Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section below. I love reading comments. Getting nearly enough comments, please leave a comment. If you want to help out and support this video, then please share it on social media, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, then please consider pledging and becoming a patron on my Patreon. Anyways, guys, that's been a video, and I'll see you all later.